Hey guys, so I was organizing my makeup collection the other day and I thought it would be fun to show you the products in my backup drawer. I definitely wanted to share some thoughts on it before I got into the video, so this might be a long intro. If you want to jump ahead, I'll put a timestamp in the description box below, but I want to let you guys know that I'm not necessarily the biggest advocate of having a bunch of backups because I personally have been trying to focus on using up products in my collection, so when I finish one product, I tend to go into my makeup collection and look for an alternative before I go out and repurchase the product immediately. And I think that when you are constantly buying backups, you're not giving yourself the chance to use up other products in your collection. Now, you can do whatever you want with your collection. I'm not here to tell you that you can't have a bunch of backups, because if that's what you want to do, then definitely go for it. I just kind of stopped purchasing backups this year, but I do still have some in my collection. But there are a few instances where I do purchase backups. If the products that I love go on sale for like 50% off during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty or like a Sephora sale, I will grab a backup because high-end products are expensive. So if I'm going to end up repurchasing it eventually, I would love to get it for a discount. And then if I'm placing like an Ulta order, I always check if some of my favorite brands like NYX and Essence are on sale, because a lot of times those products are buy one get one half off or 40% off. So I'll either grab products that I use a lot like my NYX brow pencils, my Essence mascaras, powders, or just products that I've been wanting to try. And then I'm trying to think if there are any other instances. Sometimes on Hotlook the products are like 40 to 50% off. Sometimes I do get PR products in the mail that I already have that I think I'll end up repurchasing again, so I might hang on to them. But honestly, I share a lot of these products with friends and family. If somebody asks me for a recommendation and I have a product in my collection that's unopened that I think will work for them, I just pass it along to them, because makeup does expire. But just know it's a lighthearted video. I thought it would just be fun to show you guys a few of the products in my collection that I love enough to have backups for. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any backups, or if you're like completely against them, then that's fine too. But let's jump into it and I'll show you guys my drawer. Okay, let me start right here in this corner. Ignore my nails. I know they look bad. I'm a nail biter. I'm working on it. I'm trying to break the habit. I did paint them. A lot of you guys gave me that advice, but I know they're not the most beautiful thing to look at, but what can you do? Okay, so I do have a bunch of different e.l.f. products in here right now. e.l.f. was having a crazy sale. A bunch of their products were marked down to like $1 each. So I wasn't sure if they were discontinuing some of my favorites. So I did grab a couple of products that I use all the time in case they were discontinuing them. I figured I would give myself a little chance to try to find replacements for them if I had a couple of backups. I really like this product for removing liquid lipstick, and I know that you could really just use any oil essentially, because this is pretty much just like a blend of really conditioning oils. But there's something about this product specifically that I love. It's really hydrating. It's really easy to use. It's just convenient if you're traveling or just to store in your vanity, and I like it. It works extremely well. So I just grabbed a couple of them. If they did discontinue this product, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because like I said, you could essentially use any oil, but I just really like it. So I did grab a couple just in case. That being said, if they discontinue the makeup remover pen, I definitely won't be as happy, because this is an absolute essential for me. I cannot do winged liner without this product. I have to go in every single time and clean up my wing with the makeup remover pen. It's essentially just a pen with like a felt tip that is full of makeup removers, so it's great for winged liner, or if you get eyeshadow all over your lid, or even if you like mess your lipstick up a little bit. It's just like the essential tool for me. And then down here in the corner, I have a couple of these e.l.f. mattifying blotting papers. Again, these were super discounted, so I wasn't sure if they were discontinuing them. I just really like having these in my collection. They come in like a plastic case. So here's what the case looks like, and you open it up and there's a little sponge, and the sponge is sticky, so it actually sticks right to the paper, and then you can just blot your face. It has a mirror. It's great for on the go. So it's just kind of convenient. Obviously, I could find pretty much any other blotting paper at the drugstore, but I just really like having these in my collection. So again, because they were discounted, I grabbed a few of them. I do have one NYX micro brow pencil. I was so mad because I thought that I had a backup of espresso, and I go through the NYX micro brow pencil pretty quickly, but I'm bouncing back and forth between so many colors. I don't think brunette is my perfect shade, so I think I'm actually going to go back and try espresso again, but I do have this one in my drawer for now. I've dyed my hair a little bit darker, so I think espresso is going to be a great match, but brunette is great when my hair is lighter, like it has been throughout the summer. So I have a couple of ColourPop lip products. ColourPop discontinues their products like crazy, which is definitely a pet peeve of mine, because they bring them back all the time, or they bring them back as a a slightly different shade. So I always feel like I have to repurchase my favorite products. I've kind of stopped doing that because I've realized they do tend to bring them back in a very similar shade. So even if they discontinue one of my favorites, I can usually find something on the website that's pretty close. But before I decided to stop doing that, I do have a couple of their products in my collection from before. So I have two Lippie sticks. I have Lumiere and Frida. Frida was the collab that Coffee Break with Danny created, and Lumiere was the collab that Kathleen Lights created. I know Frida was discontinued, so I don't mind having a backup. I don't know if Lumiere is still available or not, but knowing ColourPop, they'll probably discontinue it at some point anyways. And then I do have two other Lippie sticks. This one is in the shade Baywatch, and this one is, I believe, just a matte finish, which is one of my favorite pink shades to wear, especially during the fall. And then I also have the shade Cami, which is the matte X finish. I do really like this color, and I think the one that I have is getting a little bit old, so I'll probably replace it with this one very soon. So I have made a pretty good dent in my powder collection in 2018. I'm just working my way through a bunch of different powders, trying to find my absolute favorite. I do have one backup. This one is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder. It is a translucent powder, and for a while it was my favorite, like it was my absolute go-to, but I've kind of discovered other powders that I like more. Catrice is always on sale, so I try to stock up on some of my favorites when they are buy one, get one half off. I mentioned in a previous video that I have one more Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation in the shade Light 45. This actually isn't a product that I wear any longer. That's a little bit, like that's the problem with buying backups, because sometimes you do buy a backup and then you discover a good, affordable alternative and you have the high-end product in your collection. It's not the end of the world. I'll just pass it along to somebody else who might be able to enjoy it because I'm not going to end up using it. Okay, so I do have a backup of the GrandeLASH and the Grande Brow. I don't use the Grande Brow as regularly as I use the GrandeLASH, but this product or this brand is usually on Haute Look every once in a while, so I usually just buy a backup because it is an expensive product. I think the GrandeLASH is like $65, and on Haute Look it's not super discounted, but I think it's around $55. So I usually do grab it because it is something that I use regularly. I've been using it for like a year and a half, and I swear by it. It has made my lashes so much longer. In the back, I do have a couple of my favorite ColourPop Super Shock shadows because they are always being discontinued. I do have a couple of shades. I don't think I needed to buy backups because I didn't realize that most likely I wouldn't finish up an entire shadow, but I have a couple. I have Boy Band, which is a really pretty like reddish brown. This one is in the shade Flower Shop, which is one of my favorite shadows of all time. It's just like a really pretty light seafoam green. Okay, I have another Boy Band. I didn't realize I had two of those, so I'm actually going to declutter this along with the Kat Von D powder. I guess this is turning into like a mini declutter video. And then I have the shade Dance Party, which is like the prettiest purple ever. So these are just like the three backups I do have. Those are probably my top three ColourPop shadows, so I am going to hang on to them for a little longer, and if I don't use them, I'll eventually declutter them, but I've been trying to use my ColourPop Super Shock shadows a lot more lately. I did have two of the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus creams in my collection, but I actually ended up decluttering the other ones not too long ago just because it wasn't a product that I used any longer. The ones that I had in my collection were getting a little bit old, so I did have a backup because I think I might have gotten these on sale, and it was a product that I loved for a long time, but I never reached for it. I have the shades Fair and Light, so I'm actually going to declutter these as well. I do have a mini Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, which I don't even know why I have this. I like the all-nighter, but I'm not really that big into setting sprays. I don't use them super regularly, so I can actually declutter this as well. So I have a couple of eye primers. I have the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, and then a few of the Urban Decay Primer Potions, which that one is my favorite. Although I do really like this Smashbox one. It's just been a long time since I've used it. So I think after I finish my current eye primer that I have open, I will try this one out again and see how I feel about it. And then I do have the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I finally tried that out regularly. Like I actually incorporated it into my makeup routine, and I don't know what it is. Like I have been all about facial oils and hydrating products, and I cannot get enough of them. So I'm currently using up like a deluxe size sample that I had, and then after I finish that, I will open this one up. And then I just have one of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primers. I believe they actually sent this to me in PR. The one that I have, I've had for a long time, so I'm not sure if it's nearing its expiration date. It's a really good primer. It's so smoothing and so silky. It leaves your skin feeling really matte, but not like a dry matte. It's just such an interesting product. It used to be my #1 go-to primer. It's still up there, but I think the Smashbox Primerizer might have replaced it because I just love that one so much. So I do have a few of the Urban Decay Velvetizer Translucent Mixin Medium Powders, and I do love this product. I actually use it to set my under eye concealer, which is a little bit random. For some reason, it just locks my concealer into place so well. And then I also use it to like mix in with my foundation to make it a little bit more matte, a little bit more velvety. I really like this product. It's such an interesting product. I've tried to find a good, affordable alternative, but nothing seems to work as well as this one. So it takes me a long time to use it up, but I do go through it and I have repurchased it. So I do have two of the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundations. I have the shade 1.0. I'm trying to open up the box so I can show you. This is my favorite full coverage foundation. It just gives your skin such a beautiful like matte full coverage look. I haven't worn it the majority of the summer because I haven't really been into a super full coverage look, at least not anything so heavy, but I do tend to reach for this a lot during the fall and the winter time. I've just been all about like really hydrating products lately, so I will keep you posted and let you know if my thoughts change on that. And then I do have two of the Smashbox primer waters. I probably don't need both of those, so I'll probably end up decluttering one of those as well. I do love that product and I use it all the time, but it takes me forever to finish one up. I thought it was on sale. It might have been on sale a few times this year, so I think I bought a backup, not realizing I did have a backup, but I don't need both of them, so I'll probably just pass one of those along as well. So I have a couple of eyebrow razors, which is random. I don't know why I store them in there, but it's just easy for me to remember that they're in my backup drawer. And then I have the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I actually do have this in my collection and it's open. I need to go back to using it regularly to decide whether or not I still love it, because if I don't, I can declutter that one. I loved it for a long time. I just have been all about like hydrating products, so I haven't been reaching for a lot of mattifying primers. I do have some backups of the ColourPop and No Filter Concealer. I love that concealer. I wear it under my eyes and then I also wear it as foundation. And I remember buying a few colors because I wasn't sure which one was going to match me. And at this point, I just kind of mix them. I have shades that are too dark, shades that are too light. I think these shades are too light, so I just have them in my drawer in case they match me better during the winter time. And then I do have two of the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. They did send me the entire collection in PR, which was crazy because there were so many shades. I just donated the majority of them, but I kept a couple because I wasn't sure which shade would match me. I wear the shade Almond, which is a little bit light. I think one of these would probably match better. I haven't taken the time to figure it out yet. So I do have two of those. And then I have this Becca Dual Coverage Compact Concealer. This used to be my go-to product back in the day. I don't conceal my face before I apply foundation, but when I really struggled with breakouts, I used to go in with this product and just like spot conceal everywhere where I had like acne or acne scarring, and it was a really good concealer. It stayed in place really well, but I have not used it for such a long time because I don't really struggle with acne or like super bad scarring anymore. So I think I could probably declutter this product because I don't use it. It's been so long since I've actually used the product. Okay, and then finishing up with mascaras and eyeliners. So I have the e.l.f. Mascara Primer. I'm currently testing that out in my everyday makeup drawer for August and September. I haven't used it regularly, so I can't share my thoughts on it, but I do apparently have a backup of it just in case. I don't know if it's good or not, but I'll let you guys know in an upcoming video. I have the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. This was one of my favorites for a long time. It just makes your lashes really long and dramatic, but it's been a while since I've used it. So once I use up some of my current mascaras, I'll probably reach for this one and then also my Essence mascara. This one is the Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. Again, this one makes your lashes really long. I always try to stock up on Essence mascaras when I place an Ulta order because they're usually buy one get one half off, but I think this is the last one that I have in my collection because it's been a little while since I've placed an Ulta order. I have a couple of these ColourPop metallic liners because they discontinued a few of the shades, of course, and those are my favorite for the waterline. They're so creamy and so smooth and easy to work with, and the metallic pop of color just really draws attention to the eye and it looks really beautiful. So I just repurchased a few of those. My favorite is the gold one, which they did discontinue, and then I have a silver and a bronze. And then I do have the Physicians Formula liner. This isn't my current favorite, but I think I got it on sale, so I did grab a backup of it. I will use it. It's a good liner. I just have discovered that I like the NYX Epic Ink liner better, and I think that one's actually more affordable, but I do like the Physicians Formula liner. I think it's a good option, and if it's on sale, I would grab it because it's one of those products that I do end up using. Over here, I have a couple of mini mascaras. So I have Urban Decay's Perversion, Stila's Huge Extreme Lash, and then I have a mini or not a mini, it's the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara, which is my favorite. I love that product so much. So that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I just thought I would share it with you just because I think if I have a backup, it kind of shows that I like a product enough to want to keep a backup in my collection. I mean, I have other products that I love that I don't have backups for. It just kind of depends, but I just wanted to share it with you guys in today's video. And apparently I did a little declutter. So I am getting rid of those products. I just realized I don't need them in my backup drawer any longer. So anyways, let me know in the comments below if you guys keep backups, if you don't, how you shop for them, because I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.